It sucks. It just plain sucks. And I know what you're thinking. Why? Why me? Why now? Why do I need this right now? I've got enough problems in my life. I don't need this dude adding to the equation. I totally get it. I've been studying this dude for over 2 decades, and I think I've got some amazing help. So come on back. How's it going, Nez Nation? Thank you so much for being here. In this video, I'm going to talk about how you can stop anxiety caused by racing thoughts. Make sure you stick around to the end too, because I've got something that's going to really take you beyond this video and give you even more help. It is my absolute truth of over 2 decades of studying the mind, studying anxiety, studying Eastern, Western methodologies. You know, what are my thoughts on prescription medication, all of these things. Before I get cooking though, I do want to just relay this disclaimer. I am not a medical practitioner. I am not a doctor. So if you do need medical advice or if you do need professional help, please stop this video right now and go seek out that professional help immediately. I'll also leave some resources and links in the description below, just in case you need professional help. I would highly recommend that you go check them out. With all of that out of the way, let's talk about anxiety that comes from racing thoughts. The first thing that I want to tell you is this. Understanding, having the wherewithal and the awareness that racing thoughts, that these thoughts, these that cause anxiety, that cause stress, that cause confusion, disarray, these thoughts are not who you truly are. And you are not alone, by the way, either. If you're feeling distressed from racing thoughts, that's the first step. It's really important that you detach yourself and that you don't think that this is something that is unique unto you. You're not alone. This happens to everybody. This happens to a lot of people. It's really part of being a human being. Everybody has racing thoughts. Everybody has anxiety at one time or another in their life. I'm going to go ahead and make the assumption the reason you're watching this video is that those racing thoughts, that anxiety is sticking with you. It keeps coming over and over. It's perpetuating and it's constantly adding a blockade, an impediment to what you want to do and how you want to live your life the way that you should, in an enjoyable, happy manner. What do I mean that these thoughts are not you? Well, this is what I mean. The mind is a thinking machine. Its job is to constantly think. And when you become aware of thinking and you compound thought upon thought upon thought, and you're thinking about all these racing thoughts, it just turns into this cyclone windstorm that feels like you're literally losing your mind. And the body reacts. The body reacts with increasing sweat gland production, with increasing heart rate, increasing muscle constriction and tension. So the body is in that fight or flight mode. And this is a psychological concept that I know a lot of you guys already know, but I'm just letting you know you're not alone. This is nothing new. So by you sort of detaching yourself and allowing yourself this space, the breathing room for those racing thoughts to occur, and knowing, and hopefully this video will help because I am your reminder, knowing that you are not those racing thoughts, that those racing thoughts are just a part of who you are. It's a part of being a human being. It's a part of this mechanism whose only job is to constantly produce thoughts, and it's a thinking machine. It's just doing what it's supposed to do, and it is nothing personal. It doesn't mean anything that you are somebody who's weak, that you're somebody who's out of control, that you don't have strength, that you don't have the will, you don't have the power to control it or quell it. That's really, really important that you know at the outset. By the way, the fact that you're here is a great step in the right direction, because if you're watching this video, that means you're already aware that this is something that is removed from you. It's something that's not who you truly are. It's something that's getting in the way of your everyday functionality and doing what you want to do with your life and the normal happy things that you're accustomed to. Okay, so now that you know and you're aware that these thoughts are a part of the machinery of the mind, and that's what its job is intended to do, is to think thoughts. And sometimes it can go haywire. Your nervous system can send really powerful messages back and forth that sometimes can be misconstrued. So now that you have that awareness, now what do we do to prevent these thoughts from interrupting everything that you normally do in your life? When the mind is in this state, it's extremely important to not try to just fix it right away. This is the biggest problem, is we try to fix a problem as soon as it arises, rather than just giving it space and letting it play out for itself. Let me explain. Trying to solve the problem of anxiety that comes with racing thoughts needs to happen in a state of mind that is outside of that hyper state of mind that caused it in the first place. And so essentially what I'm talking about is, don't even try to make sense out of the racing thoughts. Don't even try to analyze, interpret, try to ascertain what's going on with the racing thoughts while you're still in that state of anxiety and turmoil and turbulence. This is so crucial. You cannot solve the problem in the state of mind that caused the problem in the first place. So what I want you to do is, I just want you to breathe. I want you to allow for space. You're not going to die. Nothing's going to happen. It isn't the end of the world. This too shall pass. Allow the racing thoughts to really just take their course. I know this is easier said than done, but you can do this sort of internally. You have the power because you are not these thoughts. Don't try to stop the racing thoughts. I know there's all sorts of videos and all sorts of help out there, even from professionals that can tell you, well, what you need to do is you need to distract your mind. Go read a book, go watch a movie, or, you need to snap a rubber band, or you need to hit a clicker, or tap a stick, or snap your fingers. I hear and see this stuff all the time, and to me, it's really counterproductive, because what you're basically doing is you're reinforcing the importance of these racing thoughts. What I would do, and I would love to hear from you in the comments down below, let me know, what I would do is I would not try to fight the thoughts. Allow the thoughts to come, give them space, give them breathing room. It's that prevention, it's that fighting that causes its stickiness. Because when you go into that fight or flight mode and you choose to fight, and you choose to kind of stop the thoughts, and you choose to distract yourself, and all these kind of gimmicky things that people tell you to do to stop those thoughts, what you're basically doing is you're saying that these thoughts are important. And the fear mind is saying, ooh, I've got you now. Because now look what he's trying to do. Look what she's trying to do. She's trying to distract me. She's giving me attention. You fuel these thoughts by giving them attention. How many thoughts do you have a day? You have tens of thousands of thoughts a day. Which are the ones that stick with you, and which are the ones that don't? Why are the ones that don't stick with you? Why do the ones that not stick? Think about that for just a second. The reason is because you're not paying them too much attention. Your attention is your power. So what I would say is just allow that space. Allow those So what I would say is just allow that space. Allow those racing thoughts to be there. Allow them to come, and don't prevent them from going. Don't try to analyze. Don't try to interpret. Don't try to make sense. Just watch them come and go, because they will eventually come and go. This detachment methodology is as old as time itself. This goes back thousands and thousands of years of this kind of meditative practice of understanding that your awareness is the power, your awareness is your being, and that these thoughts that come and go are not who you are. And by giving them too much attention, by trying to analyze them and say, what does this mean? Okay, I'm getting these racing thoughts. Does it mean that I shouldn't have gotten married? Does it mean I shouldn't have moved here? I shouldn't have got this job? It's just going to compound, and it's going to drive you even more crazy, and it's going to give those racing thoughts fuel. Again, I want you to remember this. Your attention is the fuel of these thoughts. Don't give them any attention. Don't take them personally. Just let them come and go. You have 50,000 plus thoughts a day that come and go. Why do they come and go? It's because you don't give all of them the same significance. There are certain thoughts that stick with you all the time. Why? Because you have identified them as important. You've given them a lot of attention. If you practice this, I promise you, you will never have anxiety from racing thoughts, anxiety from any kind of thoughts, ever again. It takes practice. It takes vigilance. To this day, I still get anxiety. It's not even near the vehemence and monstrosity that it used to be, but I still get them. But it's so less heavy than it used to be. I mean, like 99% less heavy. That's how much practice I've put into this. And when I say practice, it's not something that you learn, or it's not something that you implement. It's really just a way of looking. It's a way of being, and just discovering that you're larger than these thoughts, that these thoughts are not what govern you. Your attention is what governs the thoughts. It's a really hard thing to do. I know it's very, very hard, but if you put this into practice, I promise you will see results. Breathe. Just watch the thoughts. And sometimes you could even laugh at them and be like, wow, that's a really kooky thought. You can actually do this. You don't have to take your thoughts personally. More importantly than anything, here's the big one. You don't have to take your thoughts seriously. That's a very, very important truth. You need to really embrace this. If you really want to overcome this, that is going to be the crux. Let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions at all, let me know in the comments down below, because I'd love to hear from you. I respond to all the comments personally, so please make sure you leave a comment down below. Also, don't go anywhere, because I promised you that I was going to give you something if you stuck around this long. But before I give you that, I want to let you know that I really, really appreciate you. And I hope you got a ton of value. If you did, make sure you smash that smash button, aka the like button. It would really mean a lot to us. And if you are interested in growing faster, stressing less, and earning more, this channel is all about helping you grow your impact and income online. That includes this dude right here. So you may want to consider subscribing. Okay, I told you there was going to be a bonus. I told you I was going to take you deeper. In just a few seconds, there is going to be a video that I'm going to point out that you absolutely have to go check out. This video really covers my entire 2 decades of studying this dude. I also have an amazing playlist. I'll put that up on the screen too, called Mindset Mastery. Your job right now is to go watch those videos literally one by one, because they are everything you need. I promise you. I even have videos on whether or not medication helped me. I go deep into my personal story, how I was able to overcome anxiety without one pill. And so right now, and there it is right there, this is the video I want you to go check out right there. There's the playlist right there. You got to click on that after you watch this. Make sure you subscribe down there, and I'll see you over there. Go right now. Go check this out. This is your video. This is your time. It was meant to be.